Hey everyone, this is Peggy with Sweet Tea Makery and welcome to my channel. So for today's tutorial, we're going to make a cute little ribbon banner. Here's one that I made, a sample of one, using some wired ribbon and some Dollar Tree wooden stickers. And they're just DIY stickers. And you can use this to hang from your mantle. You can make it as short or as long as you desire. It's all kind. You can hang it from your doorway. I personally am going to use it on a wreath as part of a little bit of a enhancement on a pineapple wreath I'm making. So be sure to watch that video because that will be uploaded next. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that now. And if you tap that red bell is going to give you a notification that I've uploaded some new content or if I've gone live. So let's get to it and I'll show you some of the things that you need. So the first thing you're going to need for this particular one is you're going to need some wired ribbon. I prefer wired ribbon. You can use burlap that's not wired. I just like it because it gives it a nice stiffness, and it just seems to work better for me. So you're going to cut your ribbon at 4 inches. And I'm going to adjust this light so hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. So I happen to choose this particular ribbon because it's going to match my wreath. So you want to cut 5 pieces at 4 inches. And this all depends, on how many you want to make. If you want it to go longer, you would of course cut more pieces. And what I did was I picked up these from, let's just show you. Oops. Oh, here it is. So the one I picked up, or the one I used, has, this is actually glitter. I hope you can see it. But they had a pretty good large selection of these stickers. So these are just solid, but these are gold actually, whereas the other ones were yellow. And then they've got some that you can paint yourself, and they come with watermelons. Really adorable. They had some here that have the little flip-flops, and then some that are totally paint yourself or glitter yourself, whatever you choose to do. So I think what I'm going to do for this one is, yeah, let's see. And of course it'd be cute if you painted these pink. I think I'm just going to do solid yellow, and we'll see how that works. And I'm just making a little bit of room on my work table. So what you do for mine, the one I'm particularly using, I'm using some of this, it's a jute twine that I also picked up from Dollar Tree. And I cut myself about 2 yards. And you don't want to cut it because you're going to make it all one piece. And I gave myself plenty of extra so I can adjust it on either the mantle or on the wreath that I'm going to be making. So for right now, we're going to set some of these things aside. You're going to need a glue gun and some scissors. And if you happen to have it, one of these little guys so you don't burn your finger. They work terrific. They come in a little pack of 3, and I put in my description where you can pick these up at, and as well as any other products that if I have links to them, that you could find them online. But most of the things are from Dollar Tree. So we're going to get started. Hopefully my glue gun, we'll tilt you down. Let's see if our glue gun has heated up. So again, I'm using 5 pieces because I just like the way that this turned out. And I'm going to shift over my jute in the finished one. And again, you can use all different kinds of ribbons. I used a 2.5 inch, but if you wanted to put it on something like this or mix it halfway in between, you could do that. You know, the selection is yours. And of course, they also, I plan on doing these with my Halloween and my fall stickers that I got from Dollar Tree as well. They also have pumpkins and witches' hats and Christmas trees, so I plan on using this in some fun little banners as well. But you could definitely, and I'm just going to show you an example. So if you were to use, say, a ribbon that has this color on it, you can make banners like that too as well. So just cute, I think. I personally like it. And I think what we're going to do, since we have 2 trees, and you could do all pineapples or all trees or some lemons. I haven't painted them, so I really don't. I'm going to do a pineapple for this example. And I bought extras of these. I think I might just do a solid yellow versus a gold glitter, although that is really cute. And you could, again, glitter these yourself. Just use some Mod Podge. Now, I liked, and I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to quickly do this. I took the sticker off the back, just so that it can lay nice and flat on there. And it doesn't take but a second to peel them off. Doesn't have to be beautiful. We'll just sit these out so we know how many that we have. We'll take these stickers off too. Pineapple. And this just seems to work well for me for the project that I want to use it on. But again, you can do 3. You can do, I usually do odd numbers, but you can do 5, 7, 9. You can do some that are just solid. You can also use paint the little wooden, from Dollar Tree also have wooden numbers as well as letters. So you can actually spell something out if you choose to do this. You could do anything, especially even with the alphabet. You could do Mr. and Ms. with this, and it looks kind of cute, I think. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our jute, and I want to leave enough here so that I can do this. Actually make like a little bow tie, and I'll use this. I'll probably undo it when I go to attach it to my wreath, but I just went ahead and made a bow with it there. So I just usually kind of just guesstimate and make one so that it gives me a little reference point. And they're easily untied, so it doesn't take much, but it gives me a little reference point. And if you watch the other video, which I'll link down in my description as well, the pineapple wreath, you'll see how I end up attaching it to the wreath. So in the example, you'll see this is the back, and what I did was I just folded over maybe a little bit, maybe 1/4 of an inch, a little better, and then I put hot glue, and I'll show you how I did it. I just wanted you to see the back. So we're going to start, we're going to give it about a good, I'll just use my one here as an example. I put about 3 inches. And you can pull it closer if you want to. So the first thing that I did, and actually let's go ahead and do this. So you can either trim the dovetail in advance, or you can do it afterwards. But I think I did it afterwards on the other one, but we can do that now. And I don't go at a very sharp point, but you can. I kind of went down just a tad to make it look more like a pennant, so a little skewed from a normal dovetail. And you can just see how I did it there. Let's just quickly get that done. And they don't have to be exact. It's close enough to fool the eye. You don't have to measure it out specifically. And if it doesn't look right, trim it just a little bit more. Okay. And I always like to cut toward the wired edge. It just seems like it gives it a prettier cut, and that's just my personal preference. You don't have to do that. And again, we're not doing a super, like if I were going to make ribbon tails, I would cut it at a very sharp angle, but I'm kind of bringing it down just a tad, just to give it more of a kind of a flatter pennant type look. So we've got all those done. And what I did was I went ahead and folded over about how much I thought I needed to give myself a reference point. See, I folded it over, and then when I turn it back, I have a kind of a reference point to where I want to place the glue. So let's check and see if my glue gun is ready. And we'll just place some glue. Yep, it's ready. It doesn't take much. And what we're going to do is come down, I'd say maybe about another 3 inches. And I'm just going to lay it on there and then press. And I'm just using this rubber finger so it doesn't burn me. Now that's kind of how you would get this part here, but I always go back and I'm going to add just a little bit of glue just to the outside. And I just want to make sure, and then we're just going to tap it down. It doesn't usually get too hot, but and now you can see we've got our first pennant done. And I may, we'll see, we'll lay it out. I may go a little shorter just to see if that's a good reference point. I'm going to start with the pineapple. And again, this is just one that's painted versus one of the ones that are glittered. This is a gold glitter, but the one that I did on here, if you can see, I hope you can tell, is just a yellow glitter. But we're going to turn this little pineapple over. And I'm just going to put some glue. I'm going to flip this over so the pennant's looking toward me. And I'm just going to come down just a tad and center it. And I'm just going to tap it down because I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to use that rubber finger and press it. And it doesn't take long. And while that one's cooling, we can go back. We'll go in this direction and start on our other ones. So I'm going to measure out about maybe 3 inches. So what we'll do is fold this over again. And if you want to measure it, you know, you can lay it on top. If you want to measure it that way, you can just kind of get a little reference point so that they're kind of equal. They don't have to match exactly, but so you have some type of reference point. And again, we're going to open that up, and in that valley, in this valley here, we're going to add some more of that glue. And I may have to get me another glue stick here. Yep, getting low. That's all right, I have a glue stick over here, but we'll go ahead. So remember that we want to about 3 inches. So I'm going to do it here. It doesn't get too hot, but I would just caution on the side just in case. Just in case. And I'm looking for my glue stick. An extra, there it is. Sorry y'all, I had to reach over and get this little glue stick so that we have plenty. And I may try to do, let's see if we can get any come out there. Just to kind of stick it so we can get it in there. And it may take a little pumping to get that working. So again, we need to kind of flatten that out just a tad. So let's see if we can get this to work. Yeah, a little bit too much, but we'll be careful when we tap that down. We just want it to hold it, so, and it'll be on the back, so you really won't see it. That might take a little longer, and it'll dry clear. So I think what we'll do is kind of go along, and let's just go ahead and get these set on there. And again, I'm going to measure using the one next to it, about right there. Get that reference point, and we're going to go about 3 inches. And we're going to go ahead and lay that on there. Just remember to double check so that we have it turned, so that they're all going to fall in the same direction. And in this little valley, we're again going to glue. I love Gorilla Glue. These are Gorilla Glue that I'm using. I just think that it is a lot more secure. And again, we're just going to quickly just kind of measure it just to get that point. And you can adjust it a tad and fold it over. And if you get a little glue on your mat, you can, I just take and just rub it and it comes right off. So let's do another one. We're going to measure. And when I say measure, I'm just going side by side so we get those points. So we get kind of a reference point, and we'll just pull it down. And I press pretty good. And you know, this is a super simple craft, but I think it really comes out cute, especially when you use little pumpkin ones and little ghost ones, and I think they're just adorable. And you can kind of just decorate your door or your child's room. It'd be pretty to go up on top of a, if you did a really long one and in your child's room, you could put that over the drapery in your child's room. Would be so, so cute. All right, let's find our last and final one. And again, we're going to measure. Yep, that's about it. And I'll go back and add some more glue to these others. Just make sure it's pressed really well. And we'll do some more gluing. Now you can do burlap, and you could do, if you didn't want to do one, I'll show you in a minute after we get this done. So let's just go right here. Okay. So, ooh, look at there. Made that one a little too short. How'd that happen? Well, luckily you can pull it up and take it off, because we can always, once that glue dries, we can always come back and just pull it down. Yeah, it didn't get on there good. So let's get some more glue. And we'll just add to that. It's always good mistakes. So let's see. I guess I didn't measure it. I don't know why I did that. I've made a ton of these little things. There we go. And we can just kind of get that one. There. Okay, that works. Okay. And when that comes, you can just pull it off. It comes right off. Once it dries and hardens, it's very easy to pull off. But you get the gist of it. Okay, so I would go back again and finish gluing that down on here like I did for these here. It's okay if you have a little bit, you know, of a little bit at the edge. That's fine. And if you don't feel like you need it, you don't have to do that. So now we're going to glue. We're going to put a little glue on these, and I kind of come down there a little bit too. Doesn't take much. And about the same place. And again, if you get a little bit more, it's going to dry clear, so it'll be fine. And we're going to do one here. I always just kind of do at the top a little and then squiggle it down just like that. And kind of judge where I went with that one. Didn't take much to tap it. And then I'm using my finger. Doesn't take long. It's still drying, but we can still move on and work with it. And I got all kinds of glue on my finger. It's not, crafting is not messy. I'm just going to tell you that, as we all know. And y'all, if y'all want to tell me where y'all are viewing from, it's always nice to know how far my little crafting channel reaches, and I'd love to see if you've made any of these. And you could go to my Facebook page. It's also Sweet Tea Makery on Facebook. It's the word sweet and the word tea, T-E-A, and Makery. And send me a picture or post a picture. I'd love to see it. See everybody's creative ideas. Okay, so we had quite a bit left over, which is good. And we'll just go ahead and make our little bow. Now sometimes I tie a bow left-handed. I am ambidextrous, so I do righty and lefty. Whoop. So sometimes I can tie a bow prettier if I tie it left-handed than when I tie it right-handed. I don't know why. That is the way. but usually I can make prettier bows if I do it left-handed versus right-handed. Strange things happen. So again, this one doesn't have the glitter, but you can kind of get an idea of how it works. And I'm gonna lift you up, tilt you up, sorry. Hey. So you can get an idea of how this works, and it kind of looks, I think it's just cute as can be. And it doesn't have to be exact or, you know, perfect, because it will hang. And you can make them, certainly make them closer together if you find that your span that you need it for needs to be closer together. But trying to get that light so you can kind of see the glitter, because it's just they're adorable. Anyway, so I thank you for joining me. And again, if you haven't already subscribed, you can do so now and hit the tap that red bell, and it'll notify you when I upload more crafting and wreath and centerpiece and swag tutorials. I've enjoyed showing you this cute little craft today, and I hope that you have a blessed day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye now.